We're going to do some analysis of the shadle meet last week in JV. Prince actually looks pretty good here. I like his stride. Arms are pretty relaxed. Kyle, as you're coming through the swing phase, you're really swinging your right foot forward, really trying hard here. You're overstriding just a little bit right here, kind of coming in toes up. Only on this one side. You don't do that all the time. Left side looks good. Arms look good. But we're going to like to clean that up right here. Abdul's crossing over with his left hand just a little bit. You can see the right and the left are doing something just a little different. So let's get you a little closer here. You can see we're close to the center, just coming over the center just a little bit. A little bit of an overstride here. And Micah, same thing we've been working on. You're still kind of coming in toes up. But the same thing with Kyle. You really swing your right foot forward. You can see as you're trying, you're crossing over here. But you're throwing, and when you really try to compensate by swinging this leg forward, you're going to overstride. And you're throwing that shoulder back and this one forward. You will almost always overstride on this one. So just want to be mindful of that. We'll just slowly go through here and look at some of these other athletes. A lot of LC right here. A lot of overstriding and heel planting in this group. We got Derek coming up. Derek looks pretty good with his stride. Arms are a little tight up on top. This is really tight. We want to get that knee drive. You can't get knee drive with your arms really tight. This isn't bad, but we want to drop this down to about right here. Putting your hands in your pocket. But it looks pretty comfortable. That's a minor complaint. Stride looks decent. You can see some of these LC kids. This one right here is crossing way over. We got a lot of crossing over there on that side. You just want to be careful with crossing over, particularly this one here. Look at his hand and his shoulder. He's throwing it so far back. It doesn't look like, it's just not good. He's paddling, throwing his shoulder back. And when you throw your shoulder back like this is always going to come forward. Caleb and Sam, a little bit of overstride on both of them. Not bad here. Caleb, we just want to come under you just a little bit more. Sam, same thing. But left, you look okay. And this is typical. Sometimes you just try and stretch out on one side over the other. Caleb does the same thing. This side coming down looks good. Other side stretching out a little bit. So you're overstriding. And Scotty, your arms are a little better, but you bounce. You're bouncing this arm, this part of your arm right here. It kind of goes bounce. But you're bringing it back. It's really tight up here. We've got to get that knee drive. You can't get that knee drive without elbow drive. And right now you're kind of using your hands and they're really tight. Jonathan, you're coming in with your heel. Toe up, landing on your heel. Trying to look at Riley back there. Same thing. Riley, you're coming in toes up. Want to just drop that foot as you're in the swing phase coming forward. Connor, same thing here, is a really big overstride right here, like completely landing on the heel. We want to get that under so we have less ground contact time. Manny's arms look not too bad, little tight, but comfortable black here in the pocket. That looks good. I like that. Derek, you're coming in toes up also. Danny, a little bit of an overstride here, but once again, you don't do it on the left side. This is typical. Here, you're throwing your shoulder back just a little bit so it forces that right leg forward. And next, same thing, when this is a big heel strike right here. So we want to work on dropping that toe in the swing phase. arms are a little bit tight, but mostly what I want to work on with you is running tall. You can see that here. But what I don't like is this right here. You can see this rounding right here. So we'll just work on running tall. When I mentioned that to you in a practice last week, you corrected it right away. So just be mindful of that because you want to use all this lung capacity possible. Jordan, you can see that. Also coming in heel striking. In this next group, we've got Kai and Jesse and Adam and Gabe. And Jesse, you can see that. You can see it right back here, but I can tell you're overstriding and landing on your heel. I'm not sure where you're looking, but we want to look up this way, and you can see you're throwing this shoulder back, so of course that foot's going to go forward. You don't do it on the left side again. Kai, you come in toes up just a little bit of an overstride. And Adam, your arms are a little tight also, as you're just swinging back here. Let's relax that. Bring that arm down here at a 45, or 45, instead of a 45, at about a 90, so you can get that knee drive. And for spring, when you sprint, that will be particularly important to have really good arms. Gabe, and you can see that there. And we got a little bit of a wrist break here. I'm just being picky about that. You don't need to do that. Just drop those, make them straight. And Joe, a little bit of an overstride there too. And then we'll come back here. This will be the last group I'll do. And now, Sean, I want you to look at your arms. This is an unnecessary. I want you to look at this right here. And that's just unnecessary movement. Especially if you're driving with the elbow, that's just wasted. You got the arm going this way and this way when you need to drive from the elbow. We've got a little bit of an overstride as well, right here. But this right here, we want to get away from this wasted energy. And you're throwing your shoulder way, way back. You can see it right here. See how this one's way forward, that's way back. That's going to result in your right foot going too far forward. Planting your left foot just fine. Shoulders are way better when you're planting on the left side. When you're swing phase, right here on this side, pushing that way back, this comes forward, foot will go out. That's analysis from the race on last Wednesday.